like the Roger Gracie, become a fundamental master? Are you like
Mm,
Bernardo Ferreira, pick 3 or 4 moves, like you were saying, like a certain guard, and become legendary in that, then build the next one?
yeah.
What's your preferred way of learning jiu-jitsu? Because there's such a wide range.
I think all of those systems that you mentioned, and we could rattle off a few more as well, have their merits.
It's
They all have pros and cons. And to say that Bernardo, for example, doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, look at his success in competition. He's a multiple time world champion. Comes from one of the greatest gyms of his era in Alliance. So and Kit Dale, you could say the same thing, and even the new wave ecological approach of ecological teaching that is being championed by the likes of Greg Saunders. They all have their merits, they all have their pros, and they all have their cons. I think that for me as an individual, I really like conceptual based learning to lay the foundation. Right? I like learning concepts. However, concepts only get you so far. I think that the reason people like the Rotolo brothers are so dominant in jiu-jitsu at the moment, with less years on the mat compared to some of their more senior competitors, taking out like the gift of youth and everything like that. I think that the big part of their success and those like them is their focus on being experts in concepts and being experts in position. But that's not to say they haven't spent countless thousands of hours drilling specific technique, which they have. So I think that you need both concepts to lay the foundation of your understanding, and you need repetition to make those movements in those positions automatic. So we're trying to get obviously automatic responses. So I think that an approach, a combination between the two, is going to serve you best, and that's the approach that I like. I'll give you a concrete example. When I was learning pressure passing, this was not too long ago. That was the passing system that my coach gave me to focus on because it worked well with my body type.
Mhm.
And so we're
Same with
learning
me. I'm
pressure
a big
passing.
I'm a big guy, so they were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
grind, cook them, grind them
Yes.
away." It's,
Exactly. Exactly. So when I was learning pressure passing, my coach took me through the concept of operating between the knee and the hip. If you get within that zone for pressure passing, or control that area between the opponent's knee and their hip, your pressure pass will most likely be successful. That's the area you need to operate in. You need to enter that area first, control that area, be within that area, and that is how you control an opponent during a pressure pass. But that's the concept. Now, there's many different ways to achieve that through technique. You have your different variations of over under, like you mentioned Bernardo. That's his like number one passing system.